Welcome, everybody, to Pick and Roll. This is your NBA betting show that goes live every weekday right here on the Board YouTube channel. We go through NBA free picks. We go through discussion on the NBA's most trending topics. So if you want to catch all these live streams, like I said, 5 times a week, then please make sure you are subscribed to our channel. Help us on the road to 1,000 subscribers here. And also, you find yourself enjoying this live stream along the way, smash that like button. Goes a long way to supporting what we do over here at the Hammer Betting Network and on the Board YouTube channel. We're here following up yesterday's 3-0 day. And my goodness, we definitely needed that bounce back day, and we got it. Really feels like we finally got some luck on our side with some of these bets, contrasting to Tuesday's plays that looked good at halftime and lost. Some of these maybe looked bad at halftime and won, other than the third play, which was an absolute home run, which we'll talk about in just a second here. But let's pull up the bets from yesterday to recap everything that went down. Like I said, a much-needed 3-0 day. Pips, what were your thoughts on the slate, how everything went down here? As I pull it up here. Here are the three winners.
Yeah, we had the winners, but we were close to not having winners.
Yes.
And again, I think the reads were great. Like D'Angelo Russell was on the hook, and positive side shot 5 from 17. Lavin was on the hook, positive side shot 7 from 23. That's like unbelievable poor shooting in like Kings and Houston Rockets. That's two of the easiest matchups. And we see D'Angelo crushing the tough matchups, Lavin crushing the tough matchup, and now he suddenly struggles. But we got there. They are actually cleared, like not in the last couple of minutes. Like it was like, yeah, Lavin cleared in the last couple of minutes, but the game almost went to overtime. It was only the crazy shot making of the Aaron Fox that
Oh, what a
like
player,
last
man.
shot that prevent from the overtime. And yeah, Fox is amazing, especially in the fourth quarter. And D'Angelo Russell clear like with 5 minutes left, so they were actually blitzing him, which was a huge surprise for me as a Rockets fan. We have 2 wins in a row, guys. You should be worried about us moving forward. And yeah,
Yeah, you said on
we,
yesterday's show I wouldn't be surprised if the Rockets beat the Lakers here. And that's a pivotal loss for the Lakers, who rested AD for this one. So, yeah,
yeah,
it's a big
yeah,
deal.
it was comfortable, very comfortable win for the Rockets. It's ended up with 4 points, but that's because Lakers scored some garbage time points. It was crazy actually, but Lakers, Houston, my Rockets were leading by double digit almost the entire game. So yeah, they won back to back against the Boston Celtics and Los Angeles Lakers. So that feels nice.
Yeah. Like we said with the hooks here, got a little bit of luck on our side here. I told you guys we just kind of wait until this all balances out a little bit. We can add in 2 wins on the hook here, as Levine gets exactly 25. Russell gets exactly 18. Yeah, Russell had plenty of time to go way over this and just didn't. Levine, it actually took a lot late in this game for Levine to get over. It really looked like he was not going to get there, but thankfully, of course, he does in the end. We've had
I
some
was
big.
actually like when the third quarter was done, I actually had more confidence in Lavine than in D'Angelo Russell, but they both cover, so that's great.
Yes, yes. Great to see. Maybe do a little bit of luck here from the bad luck to start off the week. Let's hope we get
Yeah,
some more today. We still have to recover from the bad start to the week. This doesn't quite fully make that up. Hopefully, this official play from today's show can do a good job in getting us further back on track and set us up for Friday here. One official play coming to you guys for today's smaller Thursday slate. Lots of March Madness basketball to look at as well a bit later. But from an NBA perspective, we're looking here at the Kings and the Nets. We have Mikal Bridges over 23.5 points. He has been playing like a star player recently. And Spencer Dinwiddie over 6.5 assists for minus 115 odds at DraftKings. So with only the one pick here, we can flip it right over to Pips. What do you like about this play?
everything, like literally everything we spoke about, a ton about Mikhail, and I'll just go through his numbers so everyone like can understand this. So we'll talk about non-blowout games. So like he's scoring with the since that loss against the Knicks when we had him last time. I'll go like throughout his scoring in non-blowout games. He scored 45 against Miami Heat, 24 against the Atlanta Hawks, 31 against the Bucks, 38 against the Celtics, 33 against the Hornets, 30 against the Rockets, 34 against the Wolves, 25 against the Nuggets, and 34 against the Thunder. That's like
That's crazy.
if we exclude non-blowout games, that's like 35 points on average.
Can I just add in something here? A lot of the times you see players on bad teams do this because they just get the green light to do whatever they want. This is a team in the middle of a playoff race as well, fighting for the fifth seed. This is insane.
Yeah. So like I excluded the game where he played 12 minutes against the Bucks and he scored 10 points, so he'll cover this line. Like he was on trajectory. Like and there I exclude some blowout loss against the Knicks where he scored 21 in a blowout. That's actually pretty great to score 21 in a blowout playing less than 30 minutes. And that's it. Like that's it. So
Yeah. Like here's
unbelievable,
his
unbelievable.
stat list as a Brooklyn net. He's averaging 26.3 as a net, which includes, like you said, the 12-minute game that he had includes like the blowout games. Like it's just remarkable.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, so he is getting the Kings. They are like he's playing shooting guard position with the Kings, and they are like one of the worst shooting guard defenses in the league. They don't get any player to cover him, and it's the Kings. High pace, like Lavin scored 25 last night on very poor efficiency. Like Mikhail, as of now, like his efficiency is crazy. Like, and he's consistent. Like over the last since he came, like over that Heat game, which was over a month ago, he had only one game where he shot under 40%, and that was against the Bucks in that game where he played only first quarter. So like if he gets the like Kings fast paced game, he'll get like Nets are projected to score over 120 points. So like he should get
Yeah.
his amount. And the second part of this bet is Spencer Dinwiddie assists. So like since our bet on Spencer Dinwiddie assist, I need to mention that. So in the last 10 games, Spencer Dinwiddie only had one game with less than 8 assists. Guess when was that?
Oh,
When
the
we
game we
bet
bet on him for sure.
for sure. Like eight, like out of the last 10 games, he had 9 games with 8 or more assists, not 7, 8 or more assists. Oh, and over the last 3 games, he had 11, 16, and 11. And in all three, he had 21 potential assists, which is flawed stat, so it's probably like 25 potential assists. Like I watched some games of this, and I think he had more than 21, but like he is running the point, and they just trying to like prior to that the last 3 games he was like around 16 potential assists, and everyone else was like 8, 9, couple of other players, but they are now like heavy into Spencer Dinwiddie. Like Spencer Dinwiddie 21, everyone else less than 5, so they are running the point through him. And Kings over the last, I don't know, I'll just check. So throughout the entire season, Kings allowed the fifth most assists to opposing point guard, and over the last 15 games, they allowed the second most. So they are allowing a ton of assists to opposing point guards. They usually do some ice defense, which moves the driver like away from the rim and opens up the the assists for him, because they usually use two guys on the drive. So that opens up a lot of assists on point guards. So that's why the point guards have usually high number of assists against them. And also the rim protection is non-existent for the Kings. So there is always easy some buckets for bigs or for easy drives. So yeah, that should be easy one for cover. And with Mikhail Bridges being in great form, I think he's a great spot tonight. Kings on a back-to-back, so I don't expect them to play crazy good defense.
Yeah, we don't need the Brooklyn Nets to win this game, although they have been winning a lot of games recently. So, high paced game. These guys been playing well. I like the spot for this one.
I'll say I'm actually confused that the Nets are 3-point favorite in this one. I don't think that's. I think this should be even. Like that doesn't matter that Kings are on the back to back. I think they won like 8 out of the last 10 back to back games, and every game was like 1 or 2 point spread. So ended up with like single digits, and so I don't think it bothers them that much. So the only thing that could be a problem is the Aaron Fox had some troubles with, I think, ankle or something, but he still ended up killing them in the fourth after the trouble with ankle. So I think he's fine.
Right. So, a lot of things make sense about this bet. We'll recap it once again a little bit later on. That is just going to be the one play for today. One thing that we did want to discuss, though, this does involve a game that we had money in yesterday, which was the Warriors and Clippers game. We needed Steph Curry to get 25 plus for his side of the wager. He got double that. He had 50. So maybe next time we can look at the 50 plus line on Steph Curry instead. I'll see. No, Curry drops 50, but the Warriors still lose in one of the most important games so far of the season. I mean, every game is like the most important game right now in the Western Conference playoff race. The Golden State Warriors have won 29 games at home and lost 7 games at home. On the road, they have only won 7 games and they've lost 27. So, first of all, Pips, I kind of want to hear. Let's talk about the 50-point game. What what the hell happened here? Because 50 points against stellar defenders like the Clippers have. You'll have to kind of take me through what happened if you managed to catch this game.
The same reason I bet on him. Like I know they have stellar defender. I actually mentioned it on the stream. Like good luck, Paul George running through so many screens to get to the Steph Curry. Like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are amazing on ball defenders. Like you have the guy in front of you and you defend your guy. Like they are one of the best in the last decade in the league. Like you put a guy in front of them and they defend isolation. That's not even close to what it takes to defend Steph Curry. Like if you want to defend player like Steph Curry, like you need to do like entire team needs to focus on defending Steph Curry, and they just put like Kawhi Leonard or Paul George to just track him down, and like every third possession they will lose the track of him, and Steph Curry will hit wide open three. And when he hit a couple of these, when he gets on fire, like then you can't stop him even if you put like 5 players. Like he will just drive, take a step back, and like throw it. Like you can't block that shot, and it's going in. So like when he gets on, like you need to like do your best not to like deny him the ball, to deny him like as a team defense, and not let him start being hot. But when he hits like three, I think he had 2 threes. When one possession, Kawhi Leonard lost him, and one possession, Paul George lost him. Like, and he got a good look. He made those two, and then he went nuts. Like after that, like he was unstoppable. He was hitting like everything, and that thing with the players that when they get hot, like Steph Curry, it's crazy. Last night, I don't know if you just saw like Malik Monk, like like he made 1 3. Like he was scoreless in the first half. The second half, he made 1 3. Then he made like 3 straight threes, like unbelievable. Like he just throw the ball like blindside and it's going in. Like those are the guys that when he gets hot. But Steph Curry is great overall. But when he gets hot, like
Yes.
that's the same thing with Klay Thompson. Like when he gets caught, like in the first half against the Suns, like you just the only way to defend him to not let him shoot. Like if he get that small space to shoot, that's going in like that. Then like there is no difficult shot for them anymore. Like it's only if we are able to take the shot or not, and unbelievable. Just like unbelievable. He's like, I think I don't know. We should check like the years with the guy. I think he's the only guy, like the oldest guy in the NBA history to average like 36-6 at the age of 35. Like,
With Curry here.
yeah, it's.
Uh,
I think I saw the stats that like he's the oldest player to ever like average 36-6.
I don't think I can find this one on the fly, but I imagine
No,
there is a
I'm
very
sure. Like
select
I
few.
was watching the game
Okay,
and they
okay,
said it on the screen like NBA officials. So like yeah, and not only that he averaged those numbers, he's like 50, 40, 90
yeah,
and easily. And when you look at the true shooting, it's even crazier. It's 67%. Like, and that will be all interesting. But if he was like catch and shoot guy, like he's taking unbelievable tough shots. Every game, entire team is like completely focused on we need to stop Steph Curry. Like all five players every single night, and he's still able to produce those kinds of numbers.
yeah, yeah. I would usually attribute a guy like Steph Curry with somebody who would fade off with age just because the way they play is so physically demanding that, as you lose a lot of your athleticism as you get older, your game starts to drop off as well. Not for Steph Curry. Evidently, his game is very IQ based as well, but he's still, despite, injuries coming here and there, he's doing such a great job of keeping himself in good enough shape to run all throughout the game to get himself open for these shots, to create his own shots. Like, it actually is crazy for people who have played basketball. It's so physically demanding. The fact that he can continue to execute like this is ridiculous. So
I'll,
Curry, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'll say like this could be maybe and probably his best season so far in career. Like with it's scoring efficiency and everything. Like when you look at everything, this is the best scoring season of his career at age 35.
Even better than the unanimous MVP season.
Yeah, I think it is like
Let me see. Let me just. I'm not doubting. That'd just be shocking because, uh, which was the unanimous MVP season, I
it's
believe
2015,
was
2016. I think it was.
2015-16,
Yeah, I think it is. Like yeah.
which is
So yeah,
effective. If he has
yeah.
effective field
So
goal
he
is the
had
exact same right now as that year.
yeah,
Wow.
almost like yeah. The true shooting a bit better, but he had a bit more assists, so it's like evens out.
Wow. Yeah.
But he
So
has for a
they're
fact
better or
he
close to it at least.
yeah he had for a fact better true shooting percentage this season by like 0.005.
Very close. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. That is incredible. And
and
Alphon, the Curry, as good as Curry, we know how good Curry is. The Warriors have 7 road wins this season. Um, what do you think is like Curry dropped 50 and they lost here? They just can't win on the road. What do you think about this team is causing all these issues compared to the success they're seeing at home?
I'll just go through some numbers of the last game, so it will be pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
So Golden State Warriors shot 56% from the field, 47% from the three, and they lost the game. So when I say this, like, what's the first two things that come in your mind?
Well, they can't stop anything.
Or not only that, like the thing that your Raptors are good at.
uh
Sorry to make a catch of guard or something like
y-
it's the thing that for me that first thing comes to mind when the Raptors are like they are opposite of the Golden State Warriors.
what they do poorly on both on they shoot poorly, but the other team shoots poorly as well.
No, they are getting more possessions.
Oh,
Like
okay, I
yeah,
see.
so Clippers got heavily out rebounded, and they had 16 turnovers.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, so like Raptors usually wins the games that they have so many more possessions, like of, of the field goal attempts and free to like combined
Yeah.
than their opponent. So even when they like shot poorly than their opponent, they usually can win like games like this. And the Golden State on the road is complete opposite. Like they usually shoot good on like probably even better than their opponent, but they get out rebounded and their the turnovers numbers are just crazy. So last game, so like look at this. Golden State Warriors shot 56% from the field. Clippers shot 48. That's 8% worse. But they get a bit more to the free throw line. They had 7 to 16 turnovers ratio, and they had 16 offensive rebounds to Golden State 7. So like nine more turnovers for Golden State Warriors and 9 more offensive rebounds for Los Angeles Clippers. That's 18 more possessions for Clippers. You can't win the game with 18 less possessions, no matter how great you shoot. Like that need be some historic like game
Yeah, well,
for
the
you to,
Raptors have lost some games like that,
yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
very difficult to lose from those
When you
scenarios.
have
Yes.
Steph Curry make 50 points,
Yes.
50 points.
Yes.
I don't think Raptors will lose if Steph Curry
No.
make 50 points.
No, they would not. So
Yeah.
that definitely makes sense. I guess in that case, it comes down to some hustle metrics. HDC makes a good point here. Good point here. Wiggins is out, and that makes a big difference to the Warriors what they do. I don't want to comment on why he's missing because I don't want to speculate because I just have no idea. I just agree with Javon saying I hope everything is okay there. And another good point: 7 Warriors road wins, 5 of them with Andrew Wiggins. So certainly,
Yeah.
yes, makes a difference. I agree, but like
It's
seven,
actually
seven road.
I'll say like he's more important to this team than Klay Thompson or Jordan Poole.
So significant having him missing
Yeah,
from the games for all this
for
time.
sure.
And once again, hopefully everything is going all right with him. Hopefully he can get back to playing basketball as soon as he is able or as soon as he's comfortable, whatever the situation is. But it just seems like hustle metrics at this point. Like the Raptors, they know that a lot of the times they are the inferior team, so they just outwork you. And a lot of the times that's how they get wins. Last season in particular, that helped them out a lot. And the Warriors, I guess, are a little bit different. Maybe they feel like the talent can overcome. Maybe I don't know. We're commending how much effort Curry puts into these games at 35 years old, yet still the other hustle stats don't showcase in other areas. Whereas also last in the league apparently in free throw attempts here for Vinny. That's significant as well. Is it the type of shots that they're settling for? All these things come into play. I understand all this, but it's just like they've won 29 out of 36 games at home. This is a good basketball team when they feel like it, but why don't they feel like it when they're on the road? Is there any explanation maybe we can get for this?
So like I don't care for this. Like I'll just go to, like they lost like against the Clippers. I'll just check the last 2 losses on the road. They lost against the Grizzlies, huge blowout without Ja Morant.
Yeah, they got killed in that one.
Golden State Warriors 17 turnovers in that game, so unbelievably high again, and again 10 less rebounds. Then they lost against Oklahoma against the Thunders, and Steph Curry was also great in that game. He scored 40 points, and they had 21 turnovers in that game compared to and also 11 less rebounds. So it's like every game, it's like 10 more turnovers, 10 less rebounds, and they are just losing the games because of it. Like against the Thunder, they still shot 53% from the field, 40% from the three, and again lost the game by 10. Like that's so they when they got out of their home, they just can't rebound and do so many stupid turnovers, and that's why they're losing the game. They are not shooting worse. Like they are like there's no like shooting the big difference. It's only that they just can't like control the ball and rebounds.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the biggest home versus road splits in NBA history. The Warriors actually surprisingly aren't even in like the top 10, although most of these metrics come from the 50s, other than one from the 60s, one from the
I
Nuggets
will
in
actually
89,
I will
76
actually
2020.
ignore anything before 80s. I don't
Yeah,
care
that's what I'm getting at. So
yeah.
since that time, this would be the third biggest home away discrepancy. Denver being involved isn't too shocking because of the high altitude in Denver, which gives them such
Yeah,
a home court advantage.
that's the thing I wanted to say. Like, I'm not surprised if Denver is there. Like, and some other teams that like have like the biggest travel. Like I once was some studying did and some research and was doing some like modeling and stuff. So I checked some numbers and the mileage, like the distance some teams travel throughout the season, and the like it's huge difference between the team that travels the most miles and the team that travels the least miles. So it's not the like away games, not the same for the everyone. Like so some teams have higher issues with traveling so much more than the others. So it could also be that into the equation. But yeah, I understand when there is like Denver, like I expect them to be great at home and struggle away, and that it's not like they are great at home. The other teams that come to their town struggle there. Like it's not the usual road trip.
All right,
So
and one last thing to finish off with here, because this is a pretty good question that came in from HDC. Paolo Banchero is a rookie of the year, consensus pick for rookie of the year for sure. But Jalen Williams is building himself quite the case recently, and I wonder if Oklahoma make the playoffs. I don't think they will, but I wonder what his case is. I'm interested in your take on this, Pips. Do you think that it's pretty much locked in as Banchero at this point?
I think it is. Yeah, I mean like usually it's the one who says the first narrative early into the season, and it needs to like be huge drop off late into the season that to make the change there. I love Jalen Williams, but he has
Yeah.
less points, less rebounds, less assists, and
So,
yeah,
sorry, I'm on
that,
DraftKings just to quickly find the odds. Bankero's a minus 10,000 to win this award at this point. So, I think
yeah, and also
nothing is guaranteed, but that's pretty much a lock.
yeah, and also like I think Pancero till the end of the for the rest of the season after the All-Star break will have again amazing numbers. He had some. I'm actually like it's amazing that player his size can do stuff like he can do, but so far like I've seen so many like issues with his game. Like of course he's young, he'll improve, he'll get there. It's amazing that he can score 20 points at such a young age and be so dominant. But man, when I watch him play, like I get my head hurt.
Hmm.
Like he's just so like terrible shot selection, like some low IQ, like decision making when he drives, and like very poor. Like I think that's like something that he can improve with time and experience. But yeah, I'm just like he's this season. There is not much with injury of the Chet, and with Jabari Smith playing at the Rockets, that's not using him properly, and that he didn't have like like he has struggled. So like it was not the greatest scoring draft talent, and it's easy to for Paulo to win. Like if you take a look last couple of seasons, he wouldn't be like considered as a top three for.
I think last year was tough because a lot of Scotty Barnes's push was that the Raptors were the fifth seed and they made the playoffs, and he was a big part of why, which is what
Yeah,
got him over Evan Mobley in the end because the Cavs dropped out of the playoffs, which I think that was the only thing that like it was close, but that was the last push that got Scotty Barnes over the line. So
yeah. I
I
mean,
wonder.
like, yeah. I mean, okay. He'll probably be up there last year because he's scoring 20 points on average.
Yeah,
But
that's what I mean.
I mean, like, he's not. Yeah, that's more maybe some personal, but he's very inefficient and like a lot of these guys can. That's probably me because I watched him so many times and I was like frustrated with the way he's playing, but he's obviously a great player, like, and he will
Yeah.
be like amazing going forward in the future
Yeah,
that he develops, get rid of these issues that he has.
yeah, the decision making efficiency is something that does not like obviously it's not nothing, but for a player as young as him, it doesn't really bother me because I just know those things will develop over time. And if he's good at everything else, then well, once the decision making improves, then he'll be an even better player. But
Yeah,
interesting nonetheless. Hey, maybe a plus 4,000 or maybe you find like a plus 5,000 flyer on Jalen Williams. Personally, I don't think it's one I would take, but
yeah.
could be interesting.
I love Jalen Williams. Like He's
Me too. He's an
best.
excellent
Like,
player.
yeah, he's amazing.
All right, let's wrap it up here. We got some March Madness to watch. At least I'll be watching some March Madness, some college basketball. In Europe, is NCAA tournament at all popular? March
Mm,
Madness? No?
I don't think so. Like, yeah,
Okay.
it's like I
Well,
mean, there are some people that watch it, but they are like guys that heavily like follow the NBA, so they are just watching the March Madness to know like
for
the
the
talent
prospects.
and the draft prospects. Yeah,
Understood. Well, anyways, in North America, it's massive. Some prefer
yeah,
it even over the NBA playoffs because it's one and done rather than the 7-game
yeah.
series.
I
So
know.
least
Like,
upsets. So, anyways, that gets started in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to be watching that. But from an NBA perspective, one bet on the table for tonight. It's in the Kings and Nets game. Mikal Bridges over 23.5 points, paired with Spencer Dinwiddie over 6.5 assists for minus 115 odds at DraftKings. That has been your pick and roll show for today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash that like button, rate and review 5 stars if you're listening on podcast, and subscribe to the Board YouTube channel for NBA free picks and discussion and episodes like this every single weekday. Help us on the road to 1,000 subs. We'll be back here tomorrow for more from the show for myself and Pips. Thanks again, everybody.